Investors gambled in Austin, Texas, and the house is about to win. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull-up punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So Austin, Texas, the Lone Star State. You know, here's the curious thing about this. In the 2008 financial crisis, the Great Recession, Nevada and Arizona, Phoenix, Vegas, those were really big crash areas. I mean, the whole nation really crashed, and even a lot of areas in Texas and Florida did. But I kind of picture Florida and Texas as the hot spots right now exhibiting crash behavior. For sure. And those were a couple of the heavy migration states. And this bubble, you know, it's funny because everybody will say this time is different. The last bubble was due to ninja loans or loose lending or something, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Get out of the problem and in the solution. The first step of getting past a problem, admit there's a problem. We overheated the housing market. Can't do that. And as an active real estate agent, I watched it firsthand. I was a essential worker. Essential worker. I still have a hard time with that one. You know, I figured my grocery store, they're essential. But, you know, it was part of the targeted stimulus package, stimulus money or stimulus measures, stimulus programs, and stimulus money, all targeted. And a lot of it was targeted at the housing market, and it was making real estate agents, essential workers, drop interest rates and go stimulate the housing market. Make sure it doesn't crash. Well, not only did we keep it from crashing, which it was about to do, we overheated it, and you can't overheat the housing market and let it exhibit bubble behavior because then it's going to have crash risk. We're in crash risk. This is Crash Watch, friends. This is the Crash Watch channel, and I'm a real estate agent. I love real estate. I own real estate. I'll take a hit in the next downturn, but I'm certainly not going to sugarcoat it and be a cheerleading agent. This, you know, they can't lose in real estate, and things are still strong. You've got to understand the waters you're going to swim in. And you always want an agent in better shape than their clients, willing to put your needs before their own. And that's what I'm here to do today. And I always talk about the best thing we can do. Because you can buy safely in today's market, but you got to know what you're doing. Today, tomorrow, next week, next year, it doesn't matter. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. If I can do it, you can too. And if you can't, I'm going to help you. Whew, insanity. But today we're going to take a field trip over to Austin, Texas. I went and took a look at a listing there to see what's going on. And what's happening is investors, of course, piled in there, and they were scooping up whatever they could, trying to do a little lipstick remodel on these things, get them back on the market and make a boat. It worked for a hot second, but it was a game of musical chairs. And guess what, friends? You guessed it, the music stopped playing, didn't it? We've hit the top of the biggest bubble ever recorded in human history. Let me repeat. You are living and witnessing the biggest artificially induced housing bubble ever witnessed in human history. This outpaced 2008 overnight. Overnight appreciation and never seen before highs. And unfortunately, that just can't sustain itself. So the dominoes are starting to fall. You know, and even if local, I mean, a lot of times we get into the tea leaves and data, even if local wages support the cost of homes there, it doesn't matter. Because when you overheat the housing market and it has that type of appreciation attached to it, there's only one way it can go. Down. And we've hit the tipping point because we're now in an inflationary war. We overheat. The asset classes are already frothy, bubbling, one pinprick away, one news event away from a flash crash. And even if we don't get it, we are now in a slow bleed. Unless you're in Austin, Texas. Because you see, Austin, Texas is already taking a huge haircut. Their listings are sitting there, stuck on the market, chasing the market, going through price reductions. Bad luck. And a lot of them are empty, sucking air. No owner, no tenant, no nobody. And at some point, guess where this thing goes? If they cannot sell it, which the house we're going to look at today is probably one, if they can't get it sold for what they're into it for, guess where it's going? Back to the bank. And the bank can only tolerate so many homes landing back on their plate. And that's what happened in 2008. So without further ado, let's take a little field trip over to Austin, Texas. Take a look at a current listing. Then we'll meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, friends, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, and hold on to your hats and glasses as we're about to go to Austin, Texas, and take a look at one of their local listings. Unfortunately, it's not all rainbows and sunshine in Austin, Texas. Their housing market overheated, too much inward migration, and it's not sustaining itself. Let's jump over to today's featured listing and take a look. Now let's bring up Austin's crash map. Everything on your screen is going through the kiss of death, price reductions. Now let's go ahead and tour today's featured property. Turn around, head back to the car. If you even got out at all, we have zero curb appeal. One of the first things you have to do is make sure your property has curb appeal, especially if you're going to price it at the top of the market. We didn't. And we went ahead and did a remodel in the inside. It actually looks pretty good, but strike two, it's sucking air. A flipper apparently came in, gave the inside a remodel, didn't bother painting the outside of the house, and it's unoccupied, unfurnished. You've got no tenant, no owner. Our seller is probably getting a little desperate at this point, and I'm pretty sure our price history is going to show that, but let's keep looking. As we can see, today's feature property is stuck on the market at $329,990 after just suffering a recent $30,000 price cut. But I doubt it stops there. Let's go ahead and dig a little deeper. Our property's been stuck on the market for 280 days. We're coming up on a year with only 114 saves. That tells me we are in desperation mode, stuck on the market, chasing the market, and now being brought down to reality. But wait, there's more. Strike three and possibly a knockout blow. We can see we started our journey with this property at $415,000 at the top of the market and now have been doing price reductions ever since, coming up on a year and stuck currently at $329,000. They'll be lucky to get $300,000 for this, over a 25% price reduction in the new owners, potentially catching a falling knife. Let's jump back to the studio and wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back, and there you go. So this is exactly what's going on. No, not only in Texas. I mean, throw a dart at a map of America, I could pick apart properties all day long. And because we have so many other news events diverting our attention to other areas, people are going to be blindsided. They're not even going to see this thing coming. So it's really important that we're aware of the situation out there. Now, for me, again, this house might be a good buy. I don't really like the inside looked decent. It was a decent Home Depot grade remodel. They used light, neutral earth tone colors or grays and whites. That's smart. But the outside looked horrible. It looked like a crayon, a pastel. They needed to paint that outside. They painted that outside white with a little black trim. The inside would have flowed, maybe a little landscaping. That house would have been just fine. It doesn't show well. And that's the thing. For me as a real estate agent, there's only one thing that'll fix a house that doesn't show well. And that's price. If you priced it right. But unfortunately, people got greedy. They ran the comps. This is what, based on current sales, this house is worth, and they came on at the top of its value range. That's dumb. You can't do that in a stalled market. When you've got a ton of inventory to compete against, you got what's the number one thing, or not even number one, but maybe say it a lot. What's the number one thing we can do when selling our house? Find out who our competition is and beat them. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy that wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. Austin, Texas. Welcome to the swimming pool of Florida. You're right behind us, if not in front. And there's other areas exhibiting the similar type of behavior. Unfortunately, most people are oblivious to this. Understand, though, friends, if we lose the U.S. housing market, we lose everything. We will be thrusted back. It'll be 2008 2.0. If we're lucky, it could, in fact, be worse because this was a bigger bubble. And typically that provides bigger blowback. And that's why I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It would be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.